Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Sports Talk. We got a little special edition today. It's time to dive into some Bulldog football. We haven't had too much of an opportunity, and I'm joined here by head coach Ron Spizzato. And soon enough, we'll have some players that will be coming on the show remotely, and we can get a good look at what the feel of the team is after a huge victory, in my opinion. Any victory over Division One team, especially such a convincing victory. How's things going, Coach?
Good, good. Nice win Friday. Hopefully keep it rolling. Division Two opponent this week, Moses Brown, and Burrillville after that, and finish off with West Warwick. But one game at a time, and that beating Central was big for the PowerPoints, put us in first place, so kind of control our own destiny going forward. And the goal is definitely to be the one seed going into the playoffs, and have the home field, and every matchup will be against the lowest seeded possible. So that's the goal. So
Absolutely, the kids. It seems like everything's starting to come together now. I mean, the cohesiveness of your offense. Your offense is fun to watch, man. I haven't seen an offense like this in Westerly ever. I mean, it's just never seen an 80-20. And your running game is excellent because of how good your passing game is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The run game was kind of a question mark in the pass protection. Because we had to fill some offensive line spots. We had the only really two starters coming back were Jack Speranza and Damon Uva. And the last 2 weeks, Jack's been out, so Damon's been playing center, which he hasn't really done in his career. He wasn't even a lineman until last year, Damon.
Wow.
So he's playing center for us and doing a pretty good job. Every now and then you'll see like a high snap or one off to the side, but he's doing a great job filling in at center. Hopefully we have Jack back real soon. But yeah, we also converted Ian Morissette to guard. He was a tight end. He's our outside backer. Strong safety type of player that wasn't really never played offensive line. He's our starting right guard right now.
I know Calvin's like your first running back, but he's like a Debo Samuel. You can do anything with him.
Yeah. And he's
it looks like.
I really love him at tight end, but we don't really we're kind of thin at running back, so. We knew we had to have a threat back there, and he's a run threat. He's a pass threat out of the backfield, and we still line him up at tight end sometimes when we put Sam Brimlow back.
You even split him out wide a couple times.
Yeah, we put him out wide because we like to move Danny around too to try to get him different matchups and put him as an inside receiver sometimes, and same thing with Jake Karen. We try to move him around a little bit too, just so. They're not always, the number one receiver. Jake usually is to the left, Danny's to the right. But, moving them around, make defenses, defend different ways
and having
is the goal
Sam
there.
Brimlow in the back as you spell Calvin, he does a good job.
Yeah, because they actually kind of flip. So when Sam's not a running back, he's usually the tight end.
Yeah.
And, we started Sam had a big game against Woonsocket. We were running a nice, stick RPO off of our guard tackle pulling counter there, and if that middle backer was cheated more to the run, and he threw that little quick pass to Sam probably 4 times.
Yeah.
So that was a run pass option. So it's not necessarily a pass, but one of them he ran for about 50 yards. He scored another one on a 5-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
So that's a great play for us against zone coverage. So we didn't run it too much this week because Central played a lot of man, but they mixed it up. Central did a good job mixing up their coverages. We kind of I wouldn't say he got lucky because we knew they were mixing them up, but sometimes it worked out where we would call a great play versus a zone, and they'd be in the zone, a couple times, and then we called the old mesh pass concept probably like 8 times. Mike Leach from the air raid guy that passed away a couple years ago. He'd probably be real happy running mesh about 8 times because I remember him in an interview saying he'd run it every single play if he could. And it worked very well. I mean, that Alan Husrow scored his touchdown on that.
That's great.
Caleb had a couple catches. We mix up who's the crosser. So Danny had a couple catches running away.
And another home run.
Yeah, in Central's, I think it's Sonny something. I forgot his name. I should know. He's like best cornerback in the state. And Danny did a good job. That kid's a great defender. But I think we put Danny in a better position this year. Plus Danny's he's grown as a receiver in 1 year. He's not a freshman anymore. He's bigger, stronger, understands physical play. So Central's been very physical. They were kind of getting away with a little holding here and there on the receivers. Which is what they're supposed to do. Be physical against. If you have the guys to do it and the athletes, be physical against our receivers. But we had a good game plan. We had our guys running away from their guys when we were playing man. So offensively, defensively, from defensive coaches Jordan Husserow and Mike Contrary did a great job with the defensive game plan as well, holding them to one touchdown, and because special teams they scored one on a kick return. So
I saw that.
we're doing very well. The last few weeks, that Portsmouth game, it seemed like nothing went right. It was like, it was almost like it was in like a fog throughout the game. We had a couple injuries early, but but really the problem was that game was our pass protection against the blitz just wasn't great. And we did practice it a little bit during the week, but they did a lot more than we expected. They were very athletic up front, which gave us some problems. So.
But again, they're Division One.
Yeah, they're very good. They're actually undefeated in Division One. They just beat West Warwick 55-12 or something like that, 55-7. So Portsmouth is a good team. Talking about Portsmouth for a second, the only thing that could hurt them is their RPI because they only play 4 Division One games. So they play 3 Division Two teams, and they also play Charahoe, which they're gonna lose points. With a win, when you play a Division Three team. Even a win, and unless they're undefeated in Division Three, you're still probably going to lose points from a win. That's why that Scituate loss, first game of the season to Scituate, Massachusetts, they keep winning. They actually lost. It's crazy. They lost their first game, and they had won 16-17 in a row. And last play of the game, it was a pass in the end zone, and the defender actually had it almost like a dual. Possession, but it was definitely more on the defense. They went to the ground, and the ref called it a touchdown for the offense and not an interception. So that's how Scituate lost. But going back to the RPI points, that loss actually gave us more points in the long run than beating Charahoe or a Division III team. So it worked out for us, and I think we're a full point ahead right now in the RPI, which is really good.
I just read that article this morning.
The key is, I want to win all 3 games, but as long as we win at least the two Division II games, we're definitely the 1 seed.
All right.
Who
do you have left outside of Division Two?
We have Burrillville. They just had a nice win over Woonsocket, high scoring game. I think it was I could check. I think it was like 42-30 something. So it's definitely a winnable game. Burrillville had about 24 seniors last year.
Wow.
They had that great running quarterback, Robert Gelinas there. He graduated. He's at UMass Dartmouth now. So hopefully this is the year we've had trouble with Burrillville. So hopefully this is the year we can get them. But the Central game, overall was a great game. I mean, while calling the plays offensively, because we had one quick score was when we came back after their touchdown with a 72-yard pass to Danny Cummings. We had a lot of long drives, so we didn't have a ton of 20-yard plays, 25, but we had a lot of positive yardage, 7-yard passes, 9-yard passes, 4-yard runs, 3-yard runs, and we drove down the field and we would have a penalty and we would make up for it, which is great to see. We'd have Calvin had a great touchdown run, Calvin Hill, and I never seen a offensive face mask on a running back. I understand if he would have pulled it or something like that, but I watched the film a million times and there was nothing like that. So he kind of got cheated out of a touchdown, but he did a great job pounding the football, and that was an 18. So that face mask, 15-yard penalty pushing us back, didn't stop us. We still scored that drive, if that was the drive that Alan Husserow scored. Was an 18-play drive.
Wow,
so and then I think we had another 14-play drive. So offense did an excellent job.
So I'm assuming
driving the length of the field too, because we had a lot of games where our success we're scoring quick. Almost like if you think about like when Mike Tyson used to, everything was quick. But then if he went into a long fight, it was a less of a chance he was going to win because everything was quick, and being tested this week having to drive lengths of the field, having to sustain long drives, and we did was a great thing
Yeah,
to
a
see.
5-yard, 7-yard
Yeah.
pass is a great run. You know what I mean? If you would hand the ball
Yeah.
off, you take it every time. Landon had a great game,
Yep.
obviously, but he had 4 touchdowns, 2
Yes,
running,
yeah,
2
yeah, 2
passing.
touchdown passes, 2 rushing.
Rushing really helps,
You would
too.
if too bad we don't have the clips here, but the 2 rushing touchdowns he came on, we went empty with a tight end, and it's pretty much buck sweep, like with no running back. So we pulled the 2 guards, the guard and down blocks, and kind of make it look like a quick draw.
Yeah.
We don't want to go to the well too many times. Even the second time
yeah.
I called it, I was like, this is probably the last time we're calling it. It might work again, and it did. And so, and then we have another, we have a few runs for him, and he can run. So
Yeah, that's
I want,
a
it's
huge
good to prove to
addition.
kind of other teams, and even for recruiting purposes,
Heck
if
yeah.
they can see he can run a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It kind of drives his stock up a little bit. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it does.
just seeing that he's a run threat to other teams, that must make them go crazy.
Yeah, what to take.
It's not just the pass game. Now they're going empty, and the quarterback can run a little bit. That's tough to defend.
Absolutely, it sure is. Now we got some guys coming on today. How many think we're going to see?
So I sent them the link. Last night I told them around 8, and they were probably like, "Ugh, gonna get up." But then later that night, I did say, let's go more 8:30. I sent them the link that you sent me like a while back, so it should be the same one.
Damon Uva's backstage right
Excellent.
now.
Awesome.
You want to bring him on?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'm going to let these guys kind of do
Damon.
most of the talking.
How's it going?
Damon, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What's going on, brother? You're having a great season, by
nothing
the way,
much.
my friend.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, I can
How do
hear
you
It
how you
seems to be a
liking
bit
playing
delayed.
center? You're doing a heck of a job.
you might be delayed. Sorry.
Center, it's a lot of pressure. I've never had to deal with snapping the ball between my legs and then blocking a heavier guy, and especially with how many plays we run. Like Ronnie said earlier, we had an 18.
This is payback for all of the phone calls in that Ron has done at Babcock
I know.
Hall.
Same type.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love
Seems
that
better
came back
now.
with yeah.
All right, so we
Yeah, yeah, no, keep going.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. So
Yeah.
you guys are definitely coming together as a squad. You're one of the leaders, captains, obviously. How do you like how your teams coming together, the cohesiveness, and how hungry are you guys?
We're all, I mean, a lot of them are really good childhood best friends. We obviously, me as the captain, I've known them since freshman year. Before that, but as a football team, we've been playing since freshman year. And we're a hungry team. When we were freshmen, we wanted to win JV games. We were competitive. As seniors, nothing's changed. We want to win. We still want to win the championship this year.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if you do, it's one of those things that, and I'll tell all the guys when they come on, it's one of those things that they can't ever take away the memory. I have that memory. If I ever need to go into the well, I'm not feeling right one day or something, it is still color. I can still smell it. I remember the first 2 hugs of the celebration. Jacob Lamb took me to the ground, and then my dad, because the crowd charged the field. I haven't lost a moment of the memory. So if that get you any more excited, definitely pass the message, because I'm 45 years old, and that's still in my life. I don't have any children, but yeah, that's one of the top moments, honestly.
I was only a
Yeah, no.
freshman. I still remember that.
I feel like I remember it because of how much Greg talks about it.
Yeah, well, that's such a bragging.
Oh yeah.
Are you
I was
kidding
gonna
me?
say once you win it, I mean that's the big topic.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. You guys you have the tools. I'll tell you that right now. You have an
I
offense. We
appreciate
had a heck of a defense when we won it, and we played it against a good passing team, not nearly as good as you guys. But it's tough to stop. You're tough to stop because you're getting good blocking out of the offensive line and having any kind of a run threat, which you have a legitimate run threat, or you have all season. That was a question earlier, and that's a credit to you leading your offensive line and you being able to morph over into a center and do anything the team's needed. has been extremely impressive. So what's the feel of the team? How you guys all feeling as a group as things move along? You got to go one game at a time. You can't win it all obviously this week, but you can beat Moses Brown and get one week closer. But how's the feel?
I mean, we feel great. Those were some challenging games the past couple. Woonsocket's a great Division II game. Central, obviously, the last year we had trouble with them. We had to come back and show who we were. And I think that we're looking forward to the next game. I think that we know we can compete and we just want to play our game. We know we have a sound defense and we know we can score however we want to.
And we have, I think, somebody else there too.
We have Danny Cummings and Landon Husero
Oh,
backstage.
there you go.
All right.
Damon's hoping Jack comes back. I know he wants to go back to guard.
Yeah, as soon as Jack gets back,
I
you get
would
to go back
really
your
love to play
spot.
left guard again. Left guard's really fun.
Yeah.
I was a right guard.
Especially we got, last couple of weeks we've been really running heavy with our guard trap. Guard tackle counter with a guard and tackle backside of pulling.
Yeah.
And then we have our buck sweep play. So the guards pull a lot, so I would definitely want to be a guard too if I was an
It's
offensive
fun,
lineman.
yeah, it's fun. And even Jake used to actually grab my jersey, and Greg Andrews used to actually grab my jersey
Yeah.
and follow me old school running style. It was great.
So
And then they shoved me the way they wanted me to go.
I know. I remember I did the same thing to my guys.
Yeah, I used to like it
Yeah.
though.
So we got Landon too. So I just actually pulled up the stats because
That's
Coach
right.
Husero just finished this morning. So Landon was 17 of 27 for 251 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, and he also had 2 touchdowns rushing, 32 yards. And for the run game, real quick, Calvin had 80 yards on 20 carries. So we had 108 as a team. So having 251 yards passing and over 100 yards rushing, that's great for an offense. And
Heck, yeah.
as balanced as we want to be. If we're rushing for 100 yards also, then that's a good day for us.
That's a win, and pretty much on any given Sunday. If you can have stats like that, over 300 yards total.
How you doing, Landon?
Good.
So Landon, you're having a fantastic season, brother. I gotta tell you, this is one of the most fun offenses I've been doing this now for 5 years before this company, 3 years here, so 8 years, and I coached when I got out of college, and I haven't seen an offense like this. Obviously, you're the core of this thing. You're the leader, the captain of this whole ship. How you feeling? First off, health wise.
Good.
Feeling
I
good?
know I hurt my ankle a couple of weeks ago, but it's feeling better now. And I'm back at it.
And now you feel you're starting to, I mean, you've been in a groove all season, doing everything everybody kind of expected, and more. And you got Danny Cummings is right down there. Oh, Danny, I didn't see you on the screen. You two have turned into this combination. I mean, like Montana Rice here. And that's not even an exaggeration at the high school level. It's almost every game you connect on some kind of a missile shot at least once. And Danny, you can do it all. You really can. I mean, I watched you as a peewee running back, one of the best running backs I've seen down there. And then when they put you at receiver, you're just dicing the defenses. And you guys are so in sync with each other. It's like the minute you make the cut, the ball's right where you need it to be. And if it's not, you find a way to catch it anyway. And I had no idea how fast you were. At the peewee level, I saw you. I knew you were fast, but I think the smaller field made it look a little different. But your speed is just incredible. That being said, do you guys have conversation on the side prior, have some special communication between the two of you? I mean, you've been playing together now for only 2 years. But it just seems like that your cohesion is like you've been throwing to them your whole career.
A lot of practice.
A lot of practice.
I think most of it's just like practice and like repping it. But sometimes if I like see something or he sees something, then we'll like say it to each other. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and in the off season too. Like during the summer, we did the Breakthrough League, and we were on the same team for that, obviously. And then the passing league, and then all off season, just running routes and stuff.
Wow. What were you gonna say?
I was saying, on some of the deeper pass patterns too, if he's running a post or, he's got a corner route, you know, they both understand, you know, if a defender's in a certain spot to flatten out the route a little more, and it's like they just know. And you know, Landon will throw him open, and you know, Daniel will go run and get it. So,
Yeah, he sure will.
but yeah, the practice wise, you know, like Landon said, you know, we had the breakthrough league where 8 or 9 of our guys played in that one. We had our regular passing league, but even in practice, you know, we do concepts on air for 15 minutes. We also do a pass skillet period for 15 minutes plus team. So we rep our pass plays a ton, and I watched the Woonsocket game a little bit on the rerun on from 3-2-1, and that one pass play that you were pretty amazed about when you threw it to Jake before he was even looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just practice and timing, and you know, Landon and you know, the receiver core do a great job at you know, understanding when to look for the ball, and it might be coming already. So
Yeah, and it's going to be right where you need it, generally coming off the hands of you. Yeah, your numbers are crazy. You guys are number 1 in the state in your division in power rankings. I read this morning, and Coach mentioned himself, and you three are just such a huge part of this thing. I want to get you guys out. The town's going to definitely starting to feel it. They're starting to get excited. There's no doubt about that. You guys need to get some exposure, so I'm going to get you. We're going to have you on, and we might be changing shows up to Saturday, but we're going to be having you on quite often. We want to hear those things go. How's your health? How's you guys? I didn't ask you about your health. How's everybody feeling? You a little banged up? You feeling good? What's going on?
I feel you can.
You're good.
All right. For me, I'm fine. I mean, after every game, obviously you're gonna have those things that hurt. Maybe you have a bruise. Maybe your finger hurts. Maybe you know, bent it the wrong way a little bit, and now you need a little bit to ice it. But I'm personally fine. I have no long-term injuries as of right now, and I just hope I can stay healthy.
How about you, Danny? How you feeling?
Yeah, me too. Obviously, I've had like a couple bruises. Everyone's like sore after the game, obviously, like muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've had like nothing serious. So like, I've been.
I mean, and Central is a tough team, even though the record doesn't show it. You guys beat up on a tough team. They generally they may not be having their best season, but we don't generally you don't generally see a crossover game that is played out the way you guys played it out. There's no doubt about that.
and that change in venue too. It's tough to play at Classical. It's real tight. You know, the fans are right on the field. You know, luckily for our benefit, we're on the other side, so there's no real you know, crowd near you.
Yeah.
But it is a tough place to play. It's really packed in there, and you know, Conley Stadium. I didn't realize we weren't playing there until the last like 2 days before. So, one big kind of milestone is. You know, Landon surpassed 5,000 yards as for his career.
Holy cow, that's amazing.
It's obviously a school record. I mean, the school record was probably like 2,500 yards or something.
That's crazy.
But for a career.
A year to go. Congratulations, brother. That's amazing.
Thank you.
You're breaking every record. Like I said, you're an offense more dynamic than I've ever seen. I've ever had the pleasure to call for, and that include. And I've a lot of teams in all those years. I've seen come and go, and I remember Ramos was the quarterback against us in the state championship, and they had a throwing team through 80% of the time, but it's still not to the level that you're playing at. And obviously, you guys you can start to feel it that you're getting closer and closer to the end of the regular season, obviously, and that's when you put all the chips on the table. But the best thing I'm seeing out of it is that you're staying healthy, which is key. You'll get Jack back, which is a big help.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. And,
Find out this week.
Find out, all right.
Come on, Jack.
And then you put yourself in position to have a home game, have a bye, play a lower seed, a lot of stuff. Because the teams you guys have played, thanks to the coach's schedule, which you use the same methodology in baseball. It seems like when you're making your schedule.
Yeah.
Challenge your team,
When you have, and I was actually just thinking about that in my head. Like our schedule is for a Division II team is pretty brutal, because even our 4 Division II games are toward the top or middle of the top of Division II. You know, the only really solid team that we don't play is South Kingston. I'm sure we'll play them in the playoffs. But we play West Warwick. You know, Moses Brown right now is 3-1.
They really?
Woonsocket's a decent team. You know what I mean? So You know, we play those top teams, like all those bottom teams. We don't even like Middletown, Lincoln. You know, we don't play the Mount Pleasant. We don't have them on the schedule. Plus, we have those Division I games.
Yep.
Playing the tough teams. So right from the start, we had NFA, who's a very big school. We scrimmage against them. We scrimmage against North Kingston. We played Situate, Mass, state champion from last
Yep.
year, and then you know, we're playing Central, Portsmouth, playing all the tough competition. When you start playing your own conference, your own Division II there, you know, it just seems like things are a little easier. You know, it slows down a little bit. When you're used to playing, you know, top-notch competition, you get used to playing fast, and you get used to playing against faster competition and bigger, stronger players. So when you do play a more you know, down-to-earth, your-sized program, then it feels easier for us.
I can imagine, absolutely. And that was phenomenal. 2 runners, rushing touchdowns, 2 landing. I mean, that raises your stock if you're starting to run the ball in the end zone now to add to your repertoire, which you've been doing all year, and it's impressive. And I always hold my breath, I really do. I kind of never say a word when you're in motion, just making sure you get down and you pop right back up.
Try to make him run to the right, too, so he can put hopefully it would be his left shoulder.
If there's any contact, it's on your left. There you go. See, you got to think about all things like that. I didn't even think of that.
Danny, though, 7 receptions, 146 yards and a touchdown against Central.
146 yards, you had?
And only one of them was, you know, like a home run ball, that 72-yard play. You know, all the other 6 receptions were, you know, 9 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards.
Great, yeah.
You know, catch he caught that one quick screen we do, and he ran about 12 on a 3rd and 8. You know, and that goes to how, you know, the confidence we have in run after catch, because I think it might have been the second drive. It was 3rd and 8, and actually not 3rd drive because he scored on that quick pass. It was 3rd and 8, and we threw the pass about 2 feet to Danny, but we knew if he caught it, he could probably run for the first down. So we got the first down there.
He's like Deebo Samuel.
and,
he gets the ball to run after
yeah.
catches because you're a running back. How was the transition for you to receiver, which you had never played, and immediately became effective from literally the first possession of the first game you ever played there? How was the transition mentally and everything? And how did you buy? You obviously bought in. Do you like it as much and everything?
Yeah, I definitely like it. I also get a couple carries in games, so I still get like that running back. But
Yeah, it's the Deebo
first-
style. I like it.
yeah, at first it was kind of hard, but I feel like ever since freshman year, my confidence has just been like building, and now like I know how to run routes, releases, all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have just ridiculous speed, helps too, and phenomenal hands also helps. You have trust in your offensive line. I know you have trust in your captain there, but the offensive line, a lot of new guys in new spots. I think they're getting better and better and doing a pretty good job. You're standing tall and not hurt. Your ankle's still in the back of my head, so I hope that goes away for you. But I kind of lost my train of thought on that one. But who is your other guard?
So we got Ian. So Ian
you
Morris,
moved
but
Ian.
also the fill-in guard is Ryder Henderson, who can play guard or tackle.
All right.
So he's in at guard right now, and then you know, if one of them gets banged up, like Ian had to come out for a couple of plays. So then Marcus Curry, he went from left tackle to guard, and then we put Tristan Johnstone in at tackle. So you know, one thing too with Tristan and Colby Champion. Both of them never played football. I think Tristan might have played a year in Pee-wees, but Colby definitely never played before. And both of them getting significant playing time. Colby on defense right now, especially with Jack Hurt, been playing nose guard or tackle. And then, you know, Tristan filling in at offensive line. But Tristan's our starting linebacker, and he's never played before. so those two guys deciding to play, they're two of the stronger kids in the school. Them two deciding to play, it's almost like they're unsung heroes, because they might not be, you know, the top like 8 best kids on the team or anything, but they're needed. If they weren't here, we'd be in trouble having to move people around and figure the stuff out. So, you know, having Tristan here, a linebacker, is able to move Calvin to defensive end, which he's thrived there.
I mean, he's had a great year all
Yeah,
around.
he's been unbelievable.
He's been a
Our
stud.
defensive line is top notch.
He's a stud. Absolutely, he's had a phenomenal season. And not that it wasn't to be expected or whatever, but
Yeah.
But he's done everything you've asked of him. Even when you keep him in the backfield a couple times to block or whatever, he can block anybody. He's got great hands too. I mean, coming
Yeah,
out of the
yeah.
backfield, and once he gets the ball, he's a load.
That's tough
He's
to
a load.
So sending backs out of the backfield too. In high school football, some teams will every now and then, but we send our backs out a lot, and usually, it's got to be a linebacker covering them, or depending on what kind of zone they're in. So it definitely creates some mismatches for him that he can run away, and he had a couple catches on Friday, and out of the backfield.
So Landon, I know you still work with a trainer and everything. And do you got to go do that today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it right after this actually at 10.
Do you really?
Yeah.
See, I mean, that's the dedication you've put in. It's been unparalleled from what I've seen anybody put so much time in as I've seen you. And that goes all the way back to the Pee Wee level and all the extra time you've put in and energy. And it's bearing its fruits right now. It's clearly you started out playing like a senior. You're only a junior right now. I can't even imagine what the totals are going to be. Do you know by any chance how many receiving yards Danny has?
For the season?
Yeah.
I can get you that in a second. Real quick while I'm looking at this, Landon, I know you've probably been playing catch with Alan, your brother, your whole life.
Oh yeah.
How does it feel like to throw your first touchdown pass to him?
Yeah, that was definitely crazy. First
That
touchdown.
was awesome, man.
Yeah, I think I had my first completion to him earlier in I forget what game it was, but it was earlier this season. Then he finally had the touchdown.
And I'm sure there'll be many more, but that was emotional even for me to watch. That was cool. That was good stuff.
So already through 6 games, Danny has 34 receptions, 657 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Wow.
So
Having
and
a phenomenal
I know. Last year it was Caleb and Danny. I know you both were neck and neck. I know one of them. I think one of them broke the touchdown record or the reception. They were real close in like 3 categories, and I know pretty much all 3 receptions, yards in a season, and touchdowns. Like between the 2 of them, like have those records. And Danny could definitely be breaking some of his own records this year if we keep up at this pace because we got a lot of games left. The farther we go into the playoffs too, you get more games and the stats count
the
too.
stats
So,
build up for the good team. Yep,
so
absolutely.
it's great seeing all the practice time put in and then getting there.
No,
yards
I
in the
know
game.
I don't want to look ahead too far, but I am. If you were to be a 1 seed, does that give you a bye?
No,
Or just a
so-
home game.
No, we will have a home game. Eight teams make the playoffs. So it would be the 1 versus 8. As much as I like as we coach with Jerv, I actually kind of wouldn't mind playing Coventry with all the West League coaches on that staff. It'd be kind of a fun game. To
Yeah,
play.
it would,
So
right?
there's actually a chance that could happen. They won again though, so they might end up like could be 5, 6, 7. It could be the 8, depending on how the RPI works out. I know they should be winning some games toward the end because they're scheduled. They're playing some of those bottom Division 2 teams.
So who's coaches over there?
Andy Gervasini coaches.
Oh, all right.
And then some of our past players from the 2017, 18, 19 era.
Yeah.
So you got Jared Kaczynski, who was I think
Yeah.
he was like a guard, defensive lineman. And who else is over there? I think Junie Rios, remember him?
Yeah.
I think he's helping out. I know I'm missing somebody. There's another one. Anthony Durante.
Oh, yeah, all right,
Who
yeah.
was safety. So he's helping out over there
Oh, that'd
too.
be
So
cool
they have
to play
a
them, yeah.
they have a
Listen,
few
I want to
Western
see you
guys.
guys. I want to see you guys beat both West Warwick and Coventry in the same year, just so that we have some bragging rights over Boots and Parenti. Like that's just from a broadcasting standpoint. Let's rub it in their faces.
We got West Warwick on Halloween.
Halloween, baby.
Which is the perfect team to play. You know what I mean? They're the Wizards. They're black and orange. They're kind of like a Halloween themed team to begin with. So
Should we do a full Halloween theme for our broadcast that night?
it could. You should all dress up.
I'm gonna dress. I'm dressing up. I already got the blue face paint, black face paint. I got a cape, and I don't know if I'm gonna wear. I got these things. But I don't know.
Now, yes, please dress up. We will make sure that we put a
I'm going
camera
to
on the
live
press
dressed up.
box. Yeah, we'll make sure that we put a camera on the press box for that. All right, but just FYI, if we do Halloween it up, the graphics will probably look like they're for West Warwick because
You're right.
those are the Halloween colors.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys. I just definitely appreciate talking to you. You guys are doing phenomenal. I'm super excited. I told Damon was the first one. I don't know if you guys heard me, but I know how much you guys want this, and I just want to confirm to you how unbelievable it is to get one. I'm 45 years old, and I can always go back into my memory bank, and I can remember the smell. I can remember the dirt. I can remember the first two people I hugged during the celebration. I can remember every single play. I could tap back into that game and remember everything, including Jared Belanger at the end that caused the fight. But I was in the celebratory
Don't cause fights,
side of
guys.
things. There was a fight at the end of the game. It was pretty bad. But anyway, we came out with a win and got the ring. And you guys are everything and more than we were. I'm going to tell you that right now. You got a great defense and a phenomenal offense. So just keep at it, keep working hard, and bring one home to this town because the town's starting to get excited too. And I want to have you guys back on the show as much as we can. I think it might change around a little bit. Ben will let me know, let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll
but
let
we
you guys
definitely
know.
want to get you guys back on. It could be
If-
as early as next week or the week
If
after.
if I could just give one piece of advice, Danny Cummings, you are a hell of a wide receiver. So my only piece of advice to you is when you're on camera, put the light in front of your face, not behind you, because you are a fantastic
silhouette.
shadow right now.
He's a
Yeah.
silhouette.
Yeah, we believe that that's Danny Cummings in the lower right-hand box. We're not 100% sure. But
And he's got a
anyway,
younger brother that's a hell of an athlete too, Benjamin.
absolutely.
So there's definitely athleticism in that family.
You guys keep having blowouts. We'll see more. We'll see more of him on the
Yeah,
field in the
touchdown
fourth quarter.
reception in one of the games.
He had a Super Bowl championship.
think it was
You did.
Ram.
You had a Super Bowl championship at Pee Wee.
By the way, speaking of huge wins, we have another guest. I want to say thank you to our three football players, Landon Husero, Damon Uva, and Danny Cummings. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you
Breaking
for
all
having
the
me
records.
on.
Thank you. All right, guys. We got Coach Luzzy coming off of a huge win last night against the Chargers. Or last night. It was yesterday, like noon. Luz, you on? Where you at?
Hey, Coach!
There we go. I don't know why I was
What's going on?
muted. Good morning. What's up, guys?
Congratulations, man! What a day!
Yeah, big win.
Yeah, that was a big one for us. Definitely needed it, Ron. Congrats on your win. That was
Thanks.
another dominant performance. Good stuff there. Yeah, Charahoe, Westerly, that rivalry never goes away. And we went in there yesterday, and it was just a phenomenal win for us. We needed it. Bumped us up in the standings, good enough to, I wouldn't say put us in a safe zone, but we're looking good for like a postseason berth if we continue to play the way we played. I mean, it is not easy to play on that field. I'll just say that. Wow. Coach Williams, ex-teammate, also, great coach, has a great program over there. They were a little shorthanded. We were a little shorthanded. One of our top goal scorers has been out. Another goal scorer has been out. So we changed our formation a little bit, kind of play a little bit more defensive minded, just take advantage of any opportunities we had. And Adrian Gincarelli slotted home a great shot with his left foot in the first half from a great pass from Liam Jacobson, and can't speak to those two enough. And the rest was just probably the most dominant defensive performance I've seen out of Luigi Marchione since I took over. I mean, the guy would not be denied. He did everything right. The whole back four, Asa Mail, big saves, Tyler Falcone. We were short. Thaddeus Santoro stepped in, a freshman. Johnny Orlando, another freshman. I mean, these guys are just like, it's been remarkable to watch. We definitely needed that win. 4 games left in the season. Supposed to play tomorrow at Lincoln. From what I hear, the weather's not going to be too good, so I think that might get changed.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
so
it's-
we go to St. Ray's on Tuesday, so it would have been a back-to-back. That's a big
So
one.
when are you
'cause
back home?
We're back home senior night against Charahoe on Saturday night, and I'm sure they're going to come in ready to roll.
You guys didn't play against each other at all in the Piper Cup, right?
No, not this year. And kudos to them. They won it. They beat Stonington, who gave us a good a good beatdown, to be honest with you. And it just goes to show you the competition, and anything can happen any night. So yeah, we went in there yesterday, and we played well defensively. We had 4 or 5 good opportunities. We made it happen. They're just a great team, well coached. Brian's team is just, they're on that top of that ball. They're very physical. But the boys showed up yesterday, the seniors especially. They knew this was their last time over there, and, they got us last year. So we wanted to go out there and put ourselves in a better position for the playoffs. So I think we did that. And I was, definitely fired up, but, we're not done yet. The goal's not to get in, the playoffs. The goal's to win a championship. So we got to keep working, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't have to play.
You're building something. There's no doubt about that. I mean, a
Trying.
playoff berth would be huge. And so you come home for the last 2 games?
No, actually,
one more.
tomorrow we're
Only
at
one more.
Lincoln. Tuesday we're at St. Ray's. Then Saturday we're home to Charahoe, and then we're on the road at Tiverton. So good couple of
one more
miles we got to
Saturday.
put on. But honestly, it is what it is. We're going to be ready to go. So I was just proud of their effort. Again, I can't
Heck
speak
yeah.
enough. The whole team, everybody just chipped in and played in positions they normally wouldn't play in. Again, we have a couple, like 2 or 3 freshmen in there, and it's just awesome. I'm just really proud of the boys, and they deserve that win. So they earned it. And we just got to keep working. Today we have a
Well,
team
you
dinner.
guys have
so
that family
it'll be fun.
dynamic that you create. That's something that they can take with them forever,
Yeah.
without a doubt. And that's what you see come out on the field in games like that. Is,
Yeah.
the fan, you're the reason behind it all. So you got to take some of the credit here, without a doubt. Your methodology is definitely bringing soccer back on the planet here for youth and high school. You know what I mean? It's become the most probably popular sport. I mean, little leagues
Cover
down
your ears,
low,
Ron. Cover your ears, Ron.
kind of low. And, what's that?
I said cover your ears, Ron.
Yeah, so you really have built up soccer in this town. So you got to take some credit. Yeah, he's going to do basketball again this year.
Youth basketball gets 1 million kids. They're probably the biggest youth sport.
Yeah.
actually.
Hey, listen, like,
Does it really?
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, we're preparing these guys for life. We're not just preparing them for high school sports. Academically, they need to be on point. To me, being respected in the town, being a good, citizen of the town, and just like being able to walk around and know you're respected and you're respectful. To me, like, that's what we're all about. I tell them in the huddle all the time, like, we're all we have. So like when you look to the left and the right, this is it. This is what you play for. Yesterday the message was, you guys have worked so hard. We hosted number 1 seed East Greenwich, and we kind of lost in a heartbreaker, 1-0. I mean, we belong. And the locker room was great after. It's not, hey, you did. It's just an awesome vibe. It's let's get back to work. Let's be there for each other. And yesterday it all came together. What a defensive performance, even in the midfield. I mean, we have Caleb Martin, a sophomore. Like I said, I got 3 freshmen, a sophomore. I mean, these kids are just buying in. It's awesome. Again, like Liam Jacobson and Adrian Gincarelli. Adrian started inside, then he moved outside, and then it's just awesome. And Asa Mayo, sophomore, another sophomore, just coming in and 6'2" and building confidence and learning as he goes and taking his licks and taking them like a man. You all know what family he comes from, so he's going to take it like a man. And then just so fired up. It's such an awesome vibe. And the coaching staff too. We're very thin right now. We got about 5 or 6 guys out, and we're just finding ways to make it happen.
so how's
Develop
that?
the
Are they
JV
gonna-
guys and bring them in.
Are they going to be able to come back at some point? You think you're down,
So
guys?
the likelihood of Judah Shackner and Noah Roy coming back hopefully is Friday. So we'll have 2 more games with them, and that helps. But really, the key is getting healthy for the playoffs. And I don't care what number we are. I'd love to host a game. I think if we win another game or 2, we're probably going to likely could host a game, which would be cool.
awesome.
But
That'd be great.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I know we're on a time crunch here. But glad to come on.
Coach, I gotta say, going back to the Piver Cup, I know that you didn't face Charahoe 1-on-1 on that, but Charahoe won the Piver Cup. You guys beat them yesterday. They beat Stonington. Stonington beat you guys. We saw Stonington last night on their senior night for the boys.
Good win. Good win for them.
Destroy Waterford.
Yeah.
It was a dominant show by Stonington.
Yeah.
And I think that just goes to show what I've said about your team for the last 3 years. You guys keep growing and keep getting better and better and better. And, you know, yesterday, after the volleyball game, Greg and I were in the studio just talking, and we were talking about your defense and how defensively dominant the boys soccer team has been for really the last
I was
couple
going
of
down
years.
looking at your scores and stuff.
You know,
I'm just
and
like,
the games
they're
that you
just
lose are like
this
1-0, and it's just crazy. So
Yeah,
It's a
young
young
very,
goal
very
for
proud of the
many
work
games.
they put in.
yeah,
Very proud of their work.
You and the boys should be very proud. You're continuing to build every year. You're continuing to get better every year, and that's what you want. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, championships are amazing, and that you play to win, but you also play to teach these kids
And
these
sometimes they
incredibly
take time.
valuable
You got
lessons.
3 freshmen and
Exactly.
a sophomore. In
And-
2 years, they're going to be studs.
and
they're going to
so-
have 3 years of experience. You know what I mean? Like,
Just my hats off to my hats off to the entire coaching staff for all of Westerly High School sports, because it has been a joy to watch you, Ange, you, Ronnie, and Brent, and everyone at Westerly High School teach these kids for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
It's been
you've made
it's been
me-
an absolute pleasure.
it's been enjoy. You made me enjoy the show rather than having panic attacks and everything about it. I got coaches I love to come on and help me out and give me all this stuff. It's beautiful.
The only thing is I have a black hat on right now because I still don't have a nice Westerly hat. I'm just saying. At least I'm not wearing a Charahoe one on this show.
There you go.
So, all right. Anyway, thanks guys. Thank you everybody for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Been a pleasure. We'll catch you all next week.
All right, guys. Wrap it up.
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah,
Ronnie. I
yeah.
really appreciate you coming on, and I am so excited. You know, I'm a football guy, and I see so much talent in your team on both sides of the ball. I don't want to say anything, but minus a key injury or something.
Yeah, gotta stay healthy.
That's the only thing that you always worry about as a former player or a coach that's rooting for heavy for a team. It's going to take a hell of an effort from another squad to knock you
Yeah,
out of the
yeah,
playoffs.
and staying healthy is huge. So we gotta plan, accordingly, and everything we do is to make sure we're healthy going in to each game, because we're gonna be tough to beat if we're healthy.
No doubt about it.
We have a few key injuries, anything could happen. So there's a long way to go. So.
Yeah, that's the one thing about football. It can change in an instant, in a New York minute. But thank you so much. I'm going to have you back
All
on
right,
the show.
thank
If
you.
it's not next week, it'll be the week after. It'll be right here. And we'll get some other guys on, or those guys can come back on, whoever wants to come on. And we'll bring the town some more Wesley football, because it's time to start paying attention, folks. It's been a lot of years, and this might be the one. We'll see. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.